So my name is Zachary Adair, and I chose to do my read aloud book on a historical fiction book, realistic fiction, and it is called America the Beautiful, and it is actually a poem by Katherine Lee Bates. And an interesting thing about the book is that it was written and taken place in the late 1800s, and that is evident because of the introduction in the first couple pages um, by the illustrator, Mr. Wendell Miner. So, Katherine Lee Bates, during her life, she was a journalist, a writer. She also was a professor and she taught English at a school. Um, she kept many diaries, and this is one of her poems on on our nation and the country, and it is a take on really how things is going in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and the paintings in this book is images that she drew and what she saw and during this time, and it really is uh, Miss Bates's view on America, and you could you could have kids write about what America means to them. I would read this book any of the holidays around Memorial Day or Labor Day. You could involve lots of history lessons. Anywhere from the Native Americans into the Pilgrims coming over to North America from Britain, and it really shows pictures that the students can visualize throughout the book. And as a teacher, when you could really show them the pictures and have them write about each picture, uh, and even create a geography lesson through the book. So the grades intended for the book is pre-K to second grade. The lexile of the book is Scholastic gave a code of AD 650L, which I found out and researched, and I found that this code means that it is anywhere from the pre-K around first grade level, although it would be good and beneficial if a parent or a teacher stepped in and watched over the student while he was reading or she was reading. If they had any questions about the word or the sentence use in the book, maybe ask explain what's going on. The words some words in the book are a little longer. There are 3 or 4 syllable words in the book. Again, at this time in the late 1800s, this was a poem that she wrote. And at the time, I don't think that she was intending it to be for a child's book, but in the later years, this book was published and created to be a children's novel or a children's book. So here's the front of the book, and here is the introduction that the illustrator, Wendell, wrote. And it just talks again about how she was a journalist and how she explored. She was an explorer through the country and through the world, and how she kept up with everything and noted how everything was going at the time. So it starts off, and the pictures again in the book are very amazing, very good paintings and drawing. Here is the first picture in the book with blue skies and what looks like to be a field and a barn. It says, "Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain," and it's really colorful. "For purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee." and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. And each 2 pages will contain about anywhere from 5 to 10 words. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet, whose stern impassioned stress, a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. Oh, beautiful for heroes provided in liberating strife, who more than self their country love, and mercy more than life. America, America. May God thy gold refine till all success be nobleness and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years. And it switches up, and this is what's going on in the later years. And I think this is actually added to her poem. Thine alabaster cities gleam undimed by human tears. America, America. God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. And that's the end of it. A little bit about both of the author and the illustrator here. And this is actually, it's actually a song. This is the hymn to the poem, and it is by the author Katherine Bates. And this is the actual handwritten form of the poem. And here are some of the pictures and where the pictures are from. Pikes Peak, Colorado, and Plymouth, Massachusetts. So it's a pretty neat little book. You can really go into detail and tell a lot about the book to younger kids. I think anyway, kindergarten would be the best. I think kindergarten and first grade would be the best because it's right in the middle of the intended grade level, and they're at the stage where they're just starting to read, and you could explain the book and have them tell you more about the book and ask questions and really go into lots of detail with that.